Right. So, welcome to a brand new episode of the Breakthrough Podcast by Dream Nation PH. Now, if you have been a subscriber, I thank you for subscribing. As you probably noticed, I didn't release. It took me a couple of months not to release this new episode, and the reason for that was that the last audio I recorded, which was the intro for the last episode, was actually done in the hospital. Um, while I was waiting for my wife to give birth. No? And the past couple of months, syempre our focus and attention has been in our new bundle of joy sa family. So we're very happy about that. But in the past few weeks, we've slowly been getting back to our routines and things that we want done. For me, in particular, it's this podcast. So that's why it took that long. If you're new here, welcome to the Breakthrough Podcast. Thank you for choosing to listen to this episode. As you'll learn, no, this podcast is very raw. I just have some thoughts that I'd like to share. Naka-note siya, pero wala siyang script. So I can go on tangents from time to time, and I just record. No? And I tend to talk fast. And I just record. And no editing, no music, no whatever. I just record and go. And what comes out of me, yun na yun. So I hope you enjoy that type of format. If you do, please feel free to check out our other previous episodes. I think we've had over about 10 now. So yay, that's cool. But yeah, let's get straight to this episode. And in this episode, the premise was how people who believe in the law of attraction actually don't have a lot of money. Now, number one, that's not for all. Obviously, that's not for all. But there are some people who explicitly say na law of attraction, law of attraction mo lang yan, positive thinking mo lang yan. But do they actually have the results that they speak of? And usually kasi wala. I'm not here to say that the law of attraction does not work. I'll, I'll show you how the law of attraction works and how it brings people abundance, and at the same time, how it brings people or how it repels abundance from other people. Now, just one disclaimer before we go. I'm not here to make you believe in anything you do not want to believe in. I'm simply here to share with you things that I have come to believe are true, but you are still you're still your own being in as much as what you want to believe. So it's up to you na if you want to believe it or not. Yeah. So why does the law of attraction, or why do people with the law of who believe in the law of attraction actually do not why some of them do not have a lot of money, as the law of attraction says. For those who are not familiar with the law of attraction, basically what it says is if you think about it, if you imagine it to be real, the universe will conspire to make it real for you. So the secret, this guy imagined this house, parang envision niya, Venetian board niya, this will be my house. And then nangyari, no, that particular house was what ended up becoming his house. For a lot of people, the law of attraction is highly equivalent to money. Being able to attract abundance. Just imagine the money in your bank account. Imagine $1 million coming to you, and it will come to you. You know? That's the basic premise. But it's also used. But it's also applied to other things like material things like money and houses. It can be results, results for your business, results for your weight loss, ganyan. It can also be tawag dito, for people, now relationships. Now, but the most common one is money, so that's what we'll use more of an example here. So that's the law of attraction. And why does that idea repel money for some? So let me explain. Now, and we'll get a bit deep and a bit woo-woo for some. So again, up to you naman if you choose what you choose to believe. All right. So I'd like you to think about yourself. Think about your body, your physical body. What is inside of you? What makes your body up? No? Diba? Organs. You have your liver, your heart, your lungs. Yan. And inside of these, anong meron? It's atoms, the molecules, and then atoms. Unrest atoms. And under atoms are subatomic particles like protons, electrons, and neutrons. So if you think about it, tayo as people, we are basically a big bag of atoms or a big bag of electrons. subatomic particles that interact with each other. But we know this from science. Sometimes we forget na, oh nga na, puro atoms lang ako, but we are. So we are what we call electromagnetic beings because we're made of atoms, we're made of electrons. But with that word, magnetic, think about that. If we are electromagnetic beings, if matter is, electromagnetic beings, then the things that we want, like in this example, money, as in the physical money, these things that we want are also electromagnetic beings. That makes sense. We are electromagnetic beings. Everything around us, including what we want to attract, are electromagnetic beings. Now, how does one magnet, how does one magnet and another magnet get together? They attract each other. They attract or repel. That's basically the whole idea of the law of attraction. Now, we, tayo, and the things that we want are electromagnetic beings. Therefore, for us to attract what we want to receive, we have to align what we call our frequency. What is frequency? Usually ginagamit yung word na frequency when it comes to radio waves. Diba? For example, si Magic 89.9, they would broadcast to the frequency na 89.9. And for me, in my car, I want to listen to that, I want to receive their content, I would align our frequency. Na yung in-emit yung frequency, I would match it with the frequency of my car radio para align kami so that I get to receive their content. So that's the idea of frequency. As electromagnetic beings, we emit frequency, and yung mga kamatch natin na frequency, that's what we attract. Yung mga hindi natin kamatch na frequency, that's what we repel. Okay? So what we want, ideally, with the law of attraction, is that we align with the frequency of abundance and of money so that we will receive that. Now, what controls our frequency? Diba? Kung sa car radio, it's yung parang remote. Tayo as people, what controls the frequency that we emit out in the world? We emit frequency through our vibration. We are, again, we are subatomic particles, and in an atom, diba? In any single atom, electrons move, and in that movement, they create vibration. That's the vibration that our atoms and our bodies create that creates the frequency that we put out there in the world. So now, going deeper, what controls this vibration? How do we control the vibration our atoms move in? To understand that, let's talk about ano yung shortcut ng vibration in slang terms. It's vibes. Diba? Good vibes lang, positive vibes lang. When we say those things, we're talking about vibration. Baga the long version is emit good vibration lang. So there's good vibes and bad vibes. Now, thinking about vibration as good vibes or bad vibes, what then controls our vibes, our vibration? It's our feeling. Now, if we're feeling happy, if we're feeling excited, if we're feeling joyful, yan, good vibes. If we're feeling stressed, angry, sad, bad vibes. So our emotions, which is energy and motion, our emotions and our feelings dictate our vibration. So I hope you're with me so far. We're going to tie it in a bit kasi we'll go deeper pa. What then controls our feelings? You may have heard some people say na happiness is a choice, or whatever you're feeling is a choice. Do I agree with that? In a way, yes, but not completely. And that's just me. I'll give you an example. Let's say, knock on wood, someone close to you dies. What would you feel? Chances are you'd feel sad. You don't think about it na parang, hindi mo siya ipaprocess na parang, this person dies, sige, I'll choose to feel sad. No? You just feel sad. When you find out that this person dies, you just feel sad. So thinking about that example, when I think about it, does it mean na I choose my feelings? Maybe not entirely. maybe we don't always choose how we feel, but what controls our feelings ba? It's our thoughts. Ba? When someone dies, for example, usually hindi naman, of course it's sad, pero what's sad about it is the thought that you'll never see this person again, you'll never hug this person again, you'll never, talk with this person again. These thoughts. So thoughts create our feelings. When I think about it, if you think about the happy times naman with this person, diba, it makes you joyful. And say, yeah, I wish we could go back to them. But you're feeling joyful. You're feeling grateful. And then, naisip mo, wala na yung times na yan. That thought will come. Tapos then you start to feel sad. So so for me, we don't necessarily control our feelings, but we control our thoughts. Kasi I can't go into your head and incept a thought, diba? Parang sa Inception, it's not true. No, you can't. At least for me, it's not true that you can't create a thought for another person. You can suggest a thought, pero it's other people who choose to think certain thoughts. No? And we can control our thoughts. Try natin yan. Parang, think of a blue elephant, di ba? Then, isipin mo siya. So we can control we can control thoughts that we want to think. No? So tying it all together, what am I saying? Our thoughts, the things that we think about or we choose to think about, controls our feelings. And our feelings control our vibration. Now our vibration controls our frequency. And our frequency is what determines what we attract or repel in our life and what becomes our reality. So if we shortcut that full equation, what we're basically saying is that our thoughts create our reality. Simply by what we think, that makes an impact on the reality that we create, on the things that we attract and repel in our lives. And that's kind of what the law of attraction is saying, diba? You think about it, it will be attracted. Because you think about it, the idea, diba, parang you think about money, na-excite ka sa money, that's how you feel. And then you start to give off the vibration and emit the frequency of, yeah, I'm abundant, I'm grateful, I'm awesome, ganyan. And you start to get all these opportunities that will allow you to be abundant. But why doesn't it work for everyone who believes in the law of attraction? Or who quote unquote believes in the law of attraction? Let me introduce to you the concept of the sponsoring thought. I got this concept, or at least the title of the sponsoring thought, from Conversations with God, from Neil Donald Walsh. And a sponsoring thought basically is an idea or a thought that where another thought originates from. You know? Kumbaga, it's the bigger thought behind what you want to think. I'll give you an example para clear. Let's say I want to attract 1 million pesos. So my thought, based on the law of attraction, my thought is, okay, I will imagine that I have 1 million pesos in my bank account. That's my thought. Then I'll vision board it. I'll make myself feel na meron akong ng 1 million, and that's my thought. But my question is, when you think about that thought, now when you think about the thought na I want 1 million pesos, what's the sponsoring thought behind it? I like to say sometimes to identify the sponsoring thought, lagyan mo ng because yung gusto mong i-create. No? For example, I want 1 million pesos because, what's the sponsoring thought? Maybe for a lot of people, ang because nila is they want 1 million pesos is because basically, they don't have 1 million pesos right now. A sponsoring thought could be, wala akong pera, I am poor. And the reason why I am wanting to attract so badly 1 million pesos or money or abundance, and I get giggle and I get desperate na parang, shucks, kailangan ko talaga ng pera. Kaya imagine ko talaga, yung law of attraction ko to. And you come from this place of scarcity, of lack, of giggle. Diba? You're trying to attract 1 million pesos simply because you do not have it. And a lot of energy is around that idea of not having it. Kahit na isabihin mo, I want 1 million pesos, I will attract 1 million pesos. But in your own internal belief, you're thinking you don't deserve it, you're poor, you're a poor person. What you're attracting is not the thought na sinabi mo, yung I want 1 million pesos. What you're putting out there is the thought, the sponsoring thought. Because I am poor, I am not worthy, di ako magaling sa pera, pag nakakuha ko ng pera, mawawala yan. So whatever these thoughts and beliefs are that make you want what you want to create. So to think about that with the equation, if your sponsoring thought is, I am poor, I do not deserve money, pinaghihirapan ng pera, what will the feeling be? Diba? You'll feel stressed, you'll feel worried, na parang, shucks, gusto ko ng 1 million, sana talaga magka 1 million ako this week. And you're coming from giggle, that's what you're feeling. That's the vibration you're putting out there. Right? You're putting out there the vibration na you're poor. Kung yun yung sponsoring thought mo. Or you don't have money, basically. So you're coming from that, and you feel sad and you feel worried and stressed that you don't have money. That's your feeling. The vibration is, hey, universe, I don't have money. So that's the frequency you put out there. And this universe is not a judging universe. God is not a judging God. Their source or whatever you believe, no? That is whatever you choose to believe in. I use all. So God, source, universe. Yun yung ina-emit mo. And it's not a judging universe. God will not judge. Pag may hiningi ka, yun yung ibibigay mo. Ibibigay niya. So if ang ina-emit mo is, I'm not worthy, I do not have money, ang reality na ibibigay sa'yo is reality na wala kang money. And I hope you're starting to see how this relates. Na parang, yes, it works. The law of attraction works. The thing is, what are you emitting out there? What are you putting out there? My mentor told me, one of the very key things that my manifestation mentor taught me was, the universe will not give you what you ask for. It will give you who you are. So you can ask for 1 million pesos. But who are you to be asking for 1 million pesos? Are you asking because you're coming from lack? Then you will be presented with opportunities to really showcase to you that may lack sa buhay mo. If you feel na parang, for example, kailangan paghirapan yung pera. So, ang mapapresent sa yung opportunities is parang hard work. Diba? And may hirapan ka and have toll, and then you'll get your money. Parang ganon. So what can work better? What can work better? Yes, the law of attraction works, but maybe what can work better is you become aware of your sponsoring thoughts. Rather than saying, I am poor, you can say, I am deserving. No? Think about that. What if you ask for 1 million pesos simply because you deserve 1 million pesos? You know that it's yours. Diba? Parang may iba siyang feeling. If your sponsoring thought is, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am abundant. And now you're asking for 1 million pesos because you simply deserve it. Not because kulang ka, not because wala kang pera ngayon, but simply because, well, it's my birthright. I'm abundant. If I think about that, you can have the same request, 1 million pesos money, pero coming from a different sponsoring thought or coming from a different belief on who you are, you start to feel differently. And when you start to feel differently, you start to vibrate differently, you start to create a different frequency, and you start to attract something different. Rather than thinking you're not worthy, think that you are worthy. Rather than thinking you are poor, try and think that you are abundant. Because no one will ever give you permission to say na you are abundant. Diba? We talk about the be to have in other episodes. Diba? If we wait for money to come and that's the only time that we will say that we are abundant, hindi na darating yan because we're asking permission from external forces for us to be able to say that we're abundant. But you can actually choose to be abundant right now. or if you're having a hard time believing in the law of attraction, na you know that people will be there to help you, the universe is there to help you can come from the sponsoring thought that I am always supported. So I will ask for 1 million pesos now because I know I'm always supported. So because I will ask for 1 million pesos now and I know that I will receive it. Huh? Diba? So different yung feeling. Different yung feeling when you're coming from a different sponsoring thought. And with that different feeling, you can create a different reality. Now again, as I mentioned in the start, it doesn't just work with law of attraction. It comes with business and hustling. Diba? Parang one of the famous ideas is you hustle and grind so that you earn your keep and earn your money. Now, but if this is your belief and your sponsoring thought, what will be your reality? Your reality is you will keep on grinding and hustling because your belief is that kailangan mag-hustle and grind to get money. But if you believe, and again, I'm not here to make you believe in anything, that's your choice. But if you are in a space that you believe that money comes easily and freely, a business is easy, then if you truly believe that, if your sponsoring thought is you truly believe that, it will come easy. Now, you've probably seen a lot of entrepreneurs na magulat ka, bakit parang ang dali lang ng pera sa kanila? Probably, my guess probably is that that's their belief. That's their sponsoring thought. That money comes easily, money flows easily to them. The universe gives who you are. That's why so I was interviewed the other day about a post of mine where I said, stop aspiring to be an entrepreneur and just be an entrepreneur. Why? Because when we aspire for something and we come from that place na I'm an aspiring entrepreneur, I'm an aspiring business owner, I'm an aspiring influencer, and your identity is always you're aspiring rather than just being that person, the universe will give you who you are and will keep you in that space of wanting and aspiring. That's why for a lot of people, sabi nila, I'm darating din ako dyan, I'm aspiring seven figure. Then they do and do and do, but they always stuck there sa aspiring. Because the focus or the energy, the sponsoring thought is, I am an aspiring blank. But you can just be. I am an entrepreneur, I am a seven figure freelancer, I am abundant, like what we were talking about kanina. So paano yan? No? And this was something that was introduced to me recently, again through Conversations with God, a book by Neil Donald Walsh. Kasi hindi ka naman hihingi kung meron ka na, di ba? Yun yung naisip ko eh. Parang, kaya nga ako humihingi ng 1 million kasi I don't have 1 million. So, how do I shift that belief na I'm abundant? Di ba? How do I make that belief that I am supported? I don't feel it right now. And one key thing to make this work talaga, and I promise you, I've seen it for other people work. Um, and I'll be honest, it has been working for me. It's one word. It's faith. Faith that this is the law of nature and this is what works. Faith that when you declare that you are abundant, that you are worthy, that you are supported, faith that these are true. No. Even if you do not see the physical evidence right now that you are abundant, you are a limitless person. Again, I'm not here to make you believe that or not, but that is my belief. You can choose to believe it or not. But really, faith will work. Faith on who you are, faith on how the universe works, how the universe gives, how God gives. Unjudgingly, it just gives. Faith that when you ask, it is given. You know? So how do you know if it's working? How do you know if this whole thing is working? Parang, sige, I'll believe or whatever. I love, again, I got this story from my mentor. It's the lemon tree. If may lemon tree dyan sa backyard mo, what did you plant? I'll give you a second to think about that. Kung may lemon tree dyan sa labas ng bahay mo, what did you plant? So hopefully you're saying a lemon seed. Ang question ko is, are you sure? Are you sure na hindi apple yung tinanim mo? Kasi feeling ko apple yung tinanim mo eh. So what's my point? When you plant a lemon seed, you get a lemon tree. When you plant an apple seed, you plant an apple tree. But what happens when you feel, sabi mo, hindi, apple seed talaga yung pinlant ko eh. Pero lemon tree yung lumabas. Diba? Hindi, inimagine ko na, sinabi ko na I am abundant eh. Yun na yung dineclare ko I am abundant. Pero ang lumabas na reality is hindi ako abundant. Wala akong nakuha money or anything. You can't argue with results. If lemon tree yan, for example, what does lemon tree look like? You have just enough in your bank account, then that's because the sponsoring thought behind it or the belief behind it is hanggang ganong level ka. Hanggang ganong level ka lang. Even if sabihin mo, hindi, talaga imagine ko pang 1 million ako. But the reality is that hindi ka 1 million, nasa under ka, let's say 100,000 yung bank account mo. It's because you planted that thought, that sponsoring thought. You didn't plant the sponsoring thought of 1 million. Kahit na i-declare mo, I want 1 million, the sponsoring thought behind it or the belief behind it in terms of you as an identity or as a person is that you are a 100,000 peso person. So that's how you know if it's working. If you declare something, you say, I want 1 million, and you're not getting it, then there's something blocking your sponsoring thought. There's a blockage there. Na maybe hindi ka fully naniniwala that you are worthy of 1 million or that you are abundant. And that's something that you may want to look at. So I know I went in a whole lot of different places when I talked with this one, but if I was going to have one takeaway for you for this particular episode, it's that your thoughts make an impact in reality. We had an episode about that na parang three scientific basis or scientific experiments that prove to you that you just existing make an impact on the world. And I want to drive that home with this idea, whether you believe in the law of attraction or not. But your thoughts, particularly your sponsoring thoughts about who you are and what you're capable of, that creates your reality. Yes, there are other factors at play, like other people na hindi mo man control, but you have faith that when you ask, it is given. Your thoughts create your reality. And now I leave you with the question, what thoughts are you thinking? Or what thoughts are you choosing to think about the world and about yourself? Because whatever those thoughts are, magaling ako, hindi ako magaling, mayaman ako, hindi ako mayaman, these thoughts create your reality, whether you choose to believe it or not. So I hope this offers something. Thank you for listening. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to hear a review then from you, whether it's for this episode or for the podcast as a whole. Please also like our page. And thank you for listening. I hope this offers something to maybe at least 1-2 people. If not, then okay. All right. So thank you for listening, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye bye.